Hello, everyone, and welcome to the tavern. As always, I'm your host, Brandon, and my co host, Landon. How are you, sir?
Oh, we're just out here living the dream. If the dream was the Nightmare on Elm Street.
That's what I'm talking about. As you guys know, we are sponsored by Mad World. Check them out at www.itsworldmadness.com. If you'd like to help us out, go ahead and buy us a coffee with Cash App using the money sign, the Tavern Podcast. We would love that. We're a bunch of busy dads who could really use some coffee. Um, some new information. We are powered by StreamYard now. We'd love you guys to go check them out. That's who we use for all of our live streaming necessities. So if you're interested in live streaming in any way, shape, or form, StreamYard is who we recommend 100%. Tonight, our special guest is Sunza. She is a close friend of ours and a reality streamer. If you guys want to check her out, follow her on reality. Sunza, how are you tonight?
Hello, I'm good. How are you guys?
Doing good, doing good. Want to take a moment and say hello to everybody watching out there on reality. Um, for you, Color, Toby will be on tomorrow night. So definitely come back and check that out. Tonight, we're going to be discussing a very interesting topic I think a lot of you guys will be interested in. To Christians, the most important distinction was whether or not pagan was someone who worshiped the one true God, and anyone who did not, polytheistic, monotheistic, or atheist, were considered outsiders of the church and thus considered pagans. So tonight, we're going to discuss Christian holidays that were converted into paganism.
No,
Landon?
converted from paganism.
Oh, converted from paganism. Sorry. I didn't mean to say it that way. So, Landon, if you could take us away, what is he's done a lot of research tonight, and he's going to be kind of filling us in on what he's learned on this journey. Where are we going with this, Landon?
Well, a lot of this I kind of already knew. Some of it is a lot more added features that I didn't know. But I want to start off with one of the most important holidays I think happen every year. No, I'm not talking about Thanksgiving. I'm talking about Christmas. What do we know
Right, I
about
figured you were
Christmas?
going there.
Anybody? Nobody?
What?
Okay, well, Christmas in the pagan tradition is known as the winter solstice, or they celebrate Yule, right?
Yep.
So
Welcome,
for
milkshake.
for the ancient Roman culture, December 25th was a time to celebrate what was known as Sol Invictus, or the unconquered sun, as it will, right? Um, it was the last day for more than a week of celebrations in Rome, known as Saturnalia, which was started on December 17th and involved lots of food, banquets, parties, hanging out with family, friends. A significant aspect of that was the traditional exchanging of gifts. The most popular gifts for this occasion were little figurines of gods made out of clay that used to be put on display on an altar at home. Now, what does that also sound like?
Sounds like a lot of the nativity scenes we do.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, in Nordic culture, Santa was said to be not Santa or Saint Nicholas, but actually Odin flying around checking up on all of his worshippers. The celebration for the Nordic culture was known as Yule, where they would gather large logs, like they would basically chop down trees, skin them out to giant logs, and then put them into giant towers and feed and burn them, right? And feast and party and get drunk and have a merry time until the logs burned out. And this
Nice.
was lasted up to 14 days and nights.
Jesus
So
Christ.
imagine a
You
week
party for
party.
14 days?
Get drunk. You wake up, you get drunk as soon as you get up in the morning. I want some mead in my mouth.
Angel's
Okay,
watching us on her TV. She's got it on YouTube up on the TV.
that's awesome.
Everyone said
So,
hi, Teal.
so another thing too is this goes into a podcast that I actually wanted to do under the tavern. And
Yeah.
if you guys want me to do this podcast, then let me know in chat, comments, email me at underthetavern.com, underthetavern at gmail.com, and I will go into detail about this, but it's said that Santa's suit is actually a copy of the shamans from the Arctic who were Aminta muscara, or the Maria mushroom.
Mamamia mascara.
Yeah, mushroom farmers.
Yeah,
Uh,
the red and
they,
white mushrooms that you see on Mario and stuff. And
yep.
see
There's
Mike
a
sit down
whole
threaten him with a good time.
in-depth thing about it. But they wore red suits with white fur to represent the mushroom itself, and it's theorized that that's why Santa's suit is red with white fur, because it goes back to that time.
What's up, Onyx? Welcome to the show, man.
So
14
what do you
days,
guys
gonna fight for your right to party. I'm in it, Mike. I'm in it to win it.
So what do you guys think about that?
I think it's very interesting that we have all of this stuff that started with a pagan holiday, and most Christians don't even realize where it came from and how much, and I tell people this all the time. The Christianity we have today is not the Christianity where it started.
That's very true.
And most people don't even realize that. What's the word I'm looking for? The big fact that I show them usually is, when you think of a Christian Bible, what is the first Bible that comes to mind?
King James Version, of course.
Exactly. Everybody knows the King James Version. It's in almost every church that you go to. King James, we have this as a documented fact, destroyed several books of the Bible, went around burning Bibles and rewrote them.
19 different books?
It was, I don't remember the exact number. I just know it was a lot. And he did it, if I'm not mistaken, because he wanted a divorce, and
Yes.
the Bible said you couldn't get a divorce.
This is correct.
So we have that as a documented fact, that he destroyed parts of the Bible and made sure that they were lost to history so that his version would be what we use now. But yet people think that the Bible is the only thing to go by. And it's a great reference. It's a great tool to put you in the right mindset, to be good to other people. I'm not saying, I'm a Christian man myself. I'm not saying don't read your Bible, don't trust it. But what I'm saying is, remember that it has been tampered with. There is a lot missing, and there is a lot that has been changed. So at some way, shape, or form, you still have to use your own brain and judgment to say, is this something that my God would want me doing or not? It doesn't give you the right to go around hurting people,
So also, I just wanted to make mention that I'm sure you guys have all seen my nice horns on my hat.
I just thought you were really horny tonight, that's all. You do have a nice rack, though.
Thanks. I worked hard on it. They weren't natural, I assure you.
Oh, I'm sure. I know the backstory to those antlers.
Yeah, there's a funny backstory. If you want to go check us out on TikTok,
you can go check that out.
Anyway, Sunza, what do you think about that?
I kind of agree with Brandon, especially with history. People could have taken bits and pieces of each thing and create their own kind of Bible in a way, kind of like.
True.
So just pick and choose, basically.
And what do you think about Christmas and the winter solstice?
I believe that is also true, that they think, because things were different back then, so we really don't know the truth. And kind of paganism was big back in the day, and then
it's
they
actually
just
come back.
Yeah, and people probably sugarcoated it a lot more than it needed to be, and then it was just like, ta-da, religion.
So chat has affectionately named you Purple now, Sunza. So I'm green,
purple.
Brandon's teal, and you're purple.
I'll be purple.
Tavern Purple.
Right? Or is he blue? He's blue.
Yeah, Marcus was blue.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on. How about New Year's Day? Anybody got any interesting topics on that one? Yeah.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was a Roman tradition, correct, originally?
Correct.
And it was to basically celebrate one of their Roman emperors, if I'm not mistaken.
That's part of it. Yep.
And if my memory's a little fuzzy here, but I believe it was celebrated on a different day, and then another emperor came into power that moved it to the day that we know now.
It's a one of the most powerful leaders of Roman culture. Mm-hmm. He
Okay.
got stabbed by
Yeah.
by a guy. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, okay.
Fill us in. What do you got? I said, fill us in. What do you got?
Oh, what do we think of when we think of New Year's Day?
Party.
Yeah, partying, fireworks, lots of drinking.
New beginnings.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. I'm glad you said that. So it's going to tie in here, but bear with me, right? Just like Brandon said, is another Roman holiday. Originally, the Roman New Year started in March. March was the month dedicated to Mars, the Roman god of war, which is also believed to be the divine father of Romulus, the founder of Rome.
Yeah.
So that's why they celebrated it in March. It was said that in 153 BC, the Consequentus Flavius Nobilior exceptionally.
The blah, 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 blah.
Hey, he got it.
No,
He did
like-
good.
They like fancy titled names, okay? Moved this day to January 1st for the first time in history. But it wasn't until Julius Caesar in 46 BC, with his Julian calendar, permanently established the holiday as January 1st. So the beginning of the year was dedicated to Janus, the Roman god. He was a two-faced god of doors, beginnings, and passages. And that's why
Janus, you
year
two-faced
was
bitch.
named January. Wow. Oh, okay. So, wow, you got me.
I've lost
the name
every follower
Janus
named Janus.
Comes from Janua, which means door in Latin, right? So on the New Year's Day, the Romans would go into procession to the top of the Capitolian Hill, where the priests would sacrifice a white bull to ask for protection from the gods for the new year. All right, then people would just celebrate by feasting together, wearing some red, which was the color red apparently was to bring good luck, health, and fertility, which is very important to pagans. Apparently, fertility. They want you to go forth and.
I can't wait till we discuss Valentine's Day. Go ahead, keep going.
Yeah, that's
Also,
that's.
I want to take a second and just say thank you to everybody over on Reality. Y'all keep up with the likes, man. I appreciate it tonight. Especially do it for Purple. Show her some love. Let's see how much likes we can get for Purple. Keep going,
But
man.
being that we talked to New Year's Day, January, I think it's just fitting to go ahead and move into February, and let's talk about Valentine's Day.
Ooh, this is my favorite one. If you don't know about the origins of Valentine's Day, you about to be shocked.
So, what do we know about Valentine's Day? Let's start there.
It's about love and couples, relationships.
That's the
Saint
first thing.
Valentine.
Yeah, like she's like love and relationships, and,
Roses.
gifts from random people who think they're
Catholic
cool.
Church wanted to celebrate Saint Valentine. That's where we get the name from.
So, fun fact, the earliest possible origin story of Valentine's Day is the pagan holiday Lupercalia. Occurring for centuries in the middle of February, the holiday celebrates fertility. Men would strip naked and sacrifice a goat and dog. Then, young boys would then take strips of hide from the sacrificed animals and use it to whip young women to promote fertility.
What better way to get your girl in the mood than to whip her with freshly cut strips of leather?
I'm just
better
saying,
have
those
them
girls-
babies.
Those girls were watching them young men, without clothes on, cutting up these sacrificed animals and being crafty. And they were like, oh.
See, so that's what you've been doing wrong this whole time, Landon. That's why you're still single. You haven't beat women with leather strips from the animal you sacrificed. How do you expect them to get in
Valentine's
the
Day
mood?
is coming up.
Well, you know what
Oh,
to
it
do.
is.
And, yeah. I know where to find both the goat and a dog.
Oh no.
So
Oh, no.
Lupercalia was actually celebrated 150 years after Christianity was founded. So it continued to be celebrated 150 years after the founding of Christianity and making Valentine's Day what it was. Christians used the day to celebrate Saint Valentine, as February 14th was the day of his death. That's what we have on Valentine's Day.
So, Sansa, how you feel about that one?
I don't think I would like to get beat with that animal part. I don't feel very loved.
You sure that doesn't put you in the mood?
No, I think I would.
You don't want to be whipped by a young boy with dead animal carcass straps for leather.
Imagine if it was your son or something. Like it's like getting payback.
They wouldn't go and whip their moms or their sisters. I mean, I guess maybe their sisters.
They might. You never know.
I'm just saying, they're like, Mom, I want a brother.
Exactly. Or like,
yeah, but usually, so the way things worked in that time was that they wouldn't go whip their moms because they're not trying to have sex with their moms. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, oh, I'm gonna whip this girl, and then she's gonna get nice and wet for me. And you know, this is why. Now listen to me. Now, this is why women love all of this, like, you know, whips and chains thing. Okay, because that's what they were doing back in the pagan days. You know what I'm saying? Way back when. That's. I need clarity from the good, the bad, and the horrible.
Is that what you need?
Yes. I need to speak to them on this matter. Because they would be the ones to talk to, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, I don't know if they would know that or not. Angel said from now on, she's going to watch us on YouTube, on the TV.
She probably shouldn't be watching us, honestly. you know, it's...
I mean...
I'm thinking PG... I mean, watch at your own risk, I suppose. It's not my fault that you're watching this. I'm not in charge of your children or anything.
Exactly.
So, I'm not held responsible for the words that come out of my mouth.
Nope.
This is a podcast, and it's not rated E for everyone. Okay,
it is not. You came to a place called the Tavern,
right?
Come on, man.
Yeah. So let's get into our next big holiday. Why do we celebrate Easter?
Because
let's go with Sansa first.
Well, hold on.
What? Go ahead.
Because the chat isn't giving us enough likes.
Uh-oh.
Y'all show some love for Sansa now. Come on. I need to see it. Continue.
Well, sorry. So we celebrate Easter because Jesus rose on the third day. And then they're like, oh, let's put some Easter bunny and some eggs in there and make it fun.
That's how I'm going to explain Easter to my daughter from now on. Jesus rose on the third day, and then we threw out some eggs, and there was a bunny.
We had to make it child-friendly.
So the Jewish roots of the Christian Easter holiday are widely known. The Christian festivity is in fact connected to the holiday of the Passover, or the Last Supper, which has its foundation in the exodus of the Jews from Egypt. Now, as far as the pagan side of it, it's based on the cycle of the moon. In fact, it falls on the first spring Sunday after the new moon, which is also why they chose this day for, whatever. Which leads to spring cleaning, because everything is new, fresh. We want to have a new take on things. It's the first spring, fall. We're trying to out with the old, in with the new kind of thing, right?
Yes, milkshake.
Milkshake. Oh, sorry.
Questions in the chat.
Easter itself comes from the name Esther or Estera, in the German, who is the Germanic goddess of spring. The famous Easter eggs and the Easter bunny that we all celebrate and know, right? Delivers candies to the kids.
I love the Easter bunny.
Okay, well, it was originally associated with Estera as the symbols of rebirth and fertility, because that's Esther's goddess of rebirth and fertility.
Welcome to chat, Ash. What's up? And
kind of makes sense that it's a rabbit.
They miss you, Landon.
Right, because they say you fuck like rabbits. And, like You turn around for 5 minutes, and all of a sudden, your male and female rabbit have birthed out 100 babies.
And you have a whole family of bunnies.
Yeah, what would you do with a whole family of bunnies?
I'd be a bunny farmer.
I would eat bunny rabbit all the time. Like,
What is wrong with you?
wow. You
I
know,
couldn't eat a bunny. I
hey,
eat a lot of things.
Cottontail over there. Cottontail has been eating a lot lately. I'm gonna eat him now. Like, ain't no more Peter Cottontail. It's
Whoa.
You know.
You putting Peter in your mouth? That sounds like you.
charcoal tail now. Okay.
I mean, what do you expect? Thank you for
So-
the supportive flowers.
Now we're going to move into probably my most favorite holiday, Halloween.
Ooh, I love Halloween.
Ooh.
Now, I want everybody to keep in mind that I didn't go through every single holiday and, give the different side for, pagan holidays and stuff.
Yeah.
I just ones that we all well know
Exactly.
as these holidays. Okay,
Try to hit
because
the
it's
big ones.
a lot. What do you know about Halloween? Sunza, you go first.
Halloween.
You want me to go?
Halloween.
So
Yep.
Halloween is a time, I know I've heard about this one in a way. We're supposed to dress up and scare the ghosts and the bad creatures away. But then they glorified it and they're like, kid friendly. Have some candy.
Yes, partially.
Partially, I kind of know it.
Brandon, what about you?
I've never done a whole lot of digging on that subject.
Mhm.
So this is going to be a lot of new information for me. I've just always loved the aesthetic of Halloween, but never took the time to dig into the who, what, where, when, why. But I know that it comes from, more occult roots, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Also, thank you guys for the roses and the musical stickers. You guys are awesome. Keep those likes up. Show Sansa how much you love having her on the show, guys. Big numbers tonight.
Well, the pagan holiday is spelled out Samhain and is pronounced Saman. Okay. It's a Wiccan holiday. And I just want to point this out too, because lines kind of get blurred when I was doing the research. I guess that there is many different types of Wiccan paths. Wicca and New Age Druidry were actually founded by two best friends, and it's a whole thing. Anyway, it's one of their major holidays, or Sabbats, as you would call it. Although there are many different types of Wicca, included but not limited to Druidry, all Wiccans share the same common beliefs.
In Pubis.
And respect nature and try to live in harmony with the earth. One of their main beliefs is harm none, which includes animals, humans, and nature.
Or Pubis.
Yeah, sure. That's the name. For anybody who doesn't know, that's a trigger word for me. I don't know. It's like calm your tits. Like people get, like nails on a chalkboard when you say stuff like this, and it's just, I get it in my ear, and just, I don't know.
And it just repeats.
I just want to set my house on fire. I don't know.
Can we just get the chat to blow up Pubis? Like everybody
Pubis.
type Pubis in the chat.
Blow it up. I'm about to go.
He's
burn my
about
house.
to go poopus.
Is it fun to say?
So, the holiday of Samhain is observed as a Celtic fire festival celebrated on the sunset of October 31st to the sunset of November 1st. It's marked yes, and it's marked the Celtic New Year, the end of summer, and the end of the harvest season. It also signals the beginning of winter, which they associated with death. It says that on this day, the Celts believed that the veil between the living and the dead was especially thin, and this allowed the spirits of the dead to visit the living. So they dressed up as animals and monsters so that the fairies weren't tempted to kidnap them or their children.
Trade you for your bones?
Yeah, gotta love their Celts.
Your bones for this?
So some would actually, a lot actually, would build altars to symbolize the end of the harvest. They included apples, pumpkins, or other fall crops. And to represent spirits of the dead, skulls and skeletons were placed on the altar.
I know
Um,
originally, instead of using pumpkins for jack-o'-lanterns, didn't we use like turnips and stuff like that? The gourds and stuff?
yes, indeed.
Thought so.
It said that some Wiccan families would cast a circle of and thank their deceased loved ones as a part of ritual. They would share stories. Some families would choose to visit the cemetery and honor the family members instead. But your whole jack o' lantern story, there's a story about it, and I actually didn't know it until I did this, and I would love to share it with you if you would like to hear it.
Hannah, welcome to the chat. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Teach us a
this is
wise
the
one.
story of Stingy Jack. his
Motherfucking
name.
Poobas. Stingy Jack.
Stingy Jack invited the devil to have a drink with him. True to his name, Stingy Jack didn't want to pay for his drink, so he convinced the devil to turn himself into a coin that Jack could use to buy their drinks. Of course, Jack eventually freed the devil under the condition that he would not bother Jack for a year, and that that if Jack would die, he wouldn't claim his soul. So when Jack did die, the devil was upset with that Jack had tricked him, but stuck to his word and to not claim his soul and did not allow him into hell. Instead, he sent Jack off into the line.
He said, Jack, where?
He sent Jack into the dark night with only a burning coal to light his way. So, Jack, being the MacGyver that he was, he put that coal into a carved out turnip and has been roaming the earth ever since, creating the first ever jack-o'-lantern, or the Jack Coal Lantern. See what I did there? Play on words.
Nice.
Dun-dun.
That's a pretty cool story.
I thought it was so interesting. Stingy Jack literally summoned the devil and then tricked him into buying a free beer, and then tricked him again so that if he died, he wouldn't go to hell. It's just, this dude was a genius. So, what's another thing when you go to a Halloween party? What is one thing that's usually at every big Halloween party?
Bobbing for apples.
Thank you.
You're
Holy
welcome.
crap, you went right to it.
So, I never understood why, but apparently it was a celebration from the Romans known as Pomona, who was the goddess of the fruits of the tree, especially apples. So they would literally go out to orchard fields, pick all these apples, dump them in a barrel, and fish for apples. And that's why you have bobbing for apples at Halloween parties.
So why do we stick our heads in there? 'Cause you said they fished for them?
Yeah, they fish with them with their mouths.
Oh, I thought you meant they fished like a fishing pole. I was like, well, how did that change into sticking our head in the bucket?
Listen, let's say that Julius Caesar stuck his head into the barrel and was bobbing for an apple, and everybody that didn't like him decided to grab him in that moment and keep him under the water. What would happen to Julius Caesar?
Poobas.
Yes, he would drown. And that is why you bob with your head and hope that everybody likes you in the vicinity of where you're bobbing for this holiday festive apple.
Okay then.
Yes.
You've taught me new things, sir. New things
Yes.
indeed.
So that brings us to our next topic. The 7-day
Mr.
week.
Landon, eat cheese. And you're an uncle now.
Wow, congratulations.
You know how I'm apparently the father of reality? Well, apparently you're the uncle, and people are telling you to eat cheese. I don't know what
Like
that's
Father
about.
Time. I don't know either. I love cheese.
It says, Mr. Landon, eat cheese.
Okay. What a poopus.
You... I heard it first. He said it. He said poobas.
So,
Hey, Mike, I'm going to call upon you. If you're still in the chat, can you drop us a poobas?
the hell you say? So the 7-day week originates with ancient Babylon prior to 600 BC, when the time was marked with the lunar cycle. which experienced different 7-day cycles. A millennium later, Emperor Constantine converted Rome to Christianity and standardized the 7-day week across the empire. Now, Rome may have initially have acquired the 7-day week from the mystical beliefs of Babylon and astrologers, but it was the biblical story of creation, God making the heavens and the earth and resting on the seventh day that will have led the first Christian emperor of Rome to make sure it endured to this day. So did you, Sunza, did you know that the 7 days of the week were not actually originally Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all the way through Sunday?
I did not know that, and that is crazy because I couldn't imagine calling it like, oh, today is something day.
Well, you're going to understand why these days of the week are named the way they are because it correlates to how they were celebrated.
I really like this part. This was actually really cool information. I know this part.
So let's take Monday, for example. Monday is considered the moon's day.
That's really cool. Yeah.
So the name Monday is related to the moon. The Latin name for the moon is Luna, and the French Monday is still called Lundi. The Nordic areas, the moon was called Mani, and in time, Manithash became Monday. In Norse mythology, a distinction is made between two different meanings of the name Mani, meaning moon. One is the cosmic phenomenon, and in other sense, it refers to a mythical person. Mythical person, Monday, was the day of the moon and is named after the myth. It was okay. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. You got this.
Scholars have proposed theories about Mani's potential connection to the Northern European notion of the man on the moon.
Oh.
Yep, that's a little fun fact. I'm pretty sure neither one of you guys knew.
Nope.
Did not know it. Nope.
It's awesome because I didn't know it either. But it makes sense. I've always heard about the man in the moon, but now the man in the moon has a name. Manny. Which is kind of funny because Manny, the man in the moon.
Yeah, we could have named him Pubis and that'd been fine too.
Pubis moon.
Well, it's getting late.
Hey, Landon. Pubis Bray.
Tuesday.
Thursday. Oh, wait, no, that's Thursday.
Oh,
Tears
what?
Day.
See? You're giving all of the secrets away here. Like, what?
Tuesday is Tears Day.
Gosh darn it. So Tuesday is Tears Day, right? Which sounds a lot like Tuesday. They said Mars is the god of war, and so is the Nordic god Tyr. Tyr gave his name to Tuesday, and in Norse mythology, Tyr is one of the Aesir. He is primarily known as the god of justice and war, but is also described as wise and brave. So, who is Tyr, and why was he named? Why was Tuesday named after him? He's usually shown with one hand. In the most famous myth about Tyr, he placed his hand between the jaws of wolf Fenrir as a mark of good faith, while the other gods, pretending to play, bound the wolf. When Fenrir realized he had been tricked, he bit off Tyr's hand, and it's Tuesday because it's not two hands; it's only one.
That sucks to have that as a constant reminder.
Constant reminder.
So, Brandon, go ahead and tell us about Wednesday.
Woden's Day?
Woden's Day. Or Odin, however you pronounce it, right?
Yeah.
So Odin can be compared to the Roman god Mercury, so that in Northern tradition, Odin gave his name to Wednesday. He's the most prominent god in traditional mythology.
All right, Jimmy, calm down tonight.
Hey, come on, guys. Let's go.
I had a lot of fun.
Well, God, he
People are furious at you in the chat, Landon. They want to know why you're not in the chat.
Rune power and wisdom.
Oh, rune power. I've got runes tattooed on my arm.
That's it.
Fun fact, I read runes.
So Odin rules all things, and he is mightier than any other gods. They serve him as children and obey him as a father. Frigg, his wife, knows all fates of men, though she speaks no prophecy. Odin is
Lando,
called All Father.
they're worried that you're bored of them. The chat misses you. They want to know why you're not there, and they're crying. They said you're bored of us.
Well, I have to tell you that you can let them cry. Okay.
Oh.
I mean, I'm not sure what you want me to do in the middle of a podcast, sir. But maybe you could remind me next time to get on to reality, and then that might become a thing. You know what I'm saying?
So it's my fault now. Look at this. You're such a scorpion.
All right.
How could
Now-
Uncle Phil say that?
I have no idea where I was.
We've done it. We've destroyed him.
So let's go into your favorite day of the week there. Thor's Day or
Woo!
Thursday.
It's the day after
Thor's
hump day.
Yep. And
Get your humping in, and then the next day you're
it's
like,
another
okay,
thing that we
fine.
left out for Wednesday, right? Because Odin liked to hump, and that's why we call it Hump Day.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he had all the kids. So Thor is the reminiscent of Jupiter, as they both deal with lightning and thunder. So is the day of the week to become Thursday. Thor is the Nordic mythology Sif's husband and was the god of thunder.
I'm sorry.
Why do you do that?
I don't know.
It
It's
just
great.
happens. It's a habit.
It's so good. It's okay when it happens. It's wonderful.
Anyway, we all know about Thor from all the Marvel movies anyway. I'm so sad now.
We love you, Randy.
Thunder.
Don't be sad.
Mjolnir. Freya, or Frigg's Day, is known as Friday. Of course, Venus is the goddess of love, and so is Frigg, and maybe also Freya. The lines are very blurred on that because originally they were the same goddess, but now they're two different goddesses. I have no idea, but it says Frigg. Frigg gave the name to Friday. Frigg is Odin's wife in Norse mythology, is perceived to be the goddess of marriage. She was also the protector and helper in traditional women's work such as weaving, sewing, and cooking. And they say that, a woman's job isn't cooking. I mean, pagan tradition, I guess. I don't know. It said that Frigg has a farmstead called Fensalier, and it is most glorious. Just wanted to put that in there for you guys.
Most glorious Poobus.
Well, Brandon, tell us all about Saturday, sir. You poobus?
Oh, he said it again.
Y'all are getting a rare treat tonight.
2 times.
And the crowd goes wild. Continue. Tell us about Saturday. I don't know that one.
Oh, you don't know about Saturday?
No, I don't actually.
Well, it's also known as Saturn's Day or Logard Dagger. Logard Dagger. Yeah.
Mayroon's Dagon. Got it.
Sure. Most inexplicable among the Old Norse day names is Lodar Gagar. So, log means bad.
Badmouth the
hot
enemy
water.
to death. You
And-
showed up to battle in that outfit?
Dagar means day. So you can translate the Nordic word for Saturday into the day of hot water or bathing day, which makes sense, right? Because you usually they only bathe like one day a week, so it'd be a good day for Saturday. Saturday was also known as Sunnunat, the night before Sunday, and can be recognized in some parts of Germany. Often use the word Saturday or Sonnabend.
Did you say it was called Sunny Knot?
Sunnunat.
basically like it's not sunny. It's Saturday. It's not Sunday.
Right, right.
Interesting.
So in Latin, the day was named after Saturn or Saturni, and we can recognize it in English language as Saturday. But Sonnabend in Germany supposedly means hot day. So,
Okay.
yeah. Which brings us to the most important day of the week, Monday.
Sunday. Tell us about Sunday.
Yeah, I was hoping you guys would have made more of a fuss about that. Well,
We've learned all your tricks.
apparently, I don't have much on Sunday.
No, you shouldn't. It's a day of rest.
It's called Sunudagar or Sunudath. I think I can't remember. I looked all this up and I apparently forgot to print out the pronunciation for this, or the sun's day. Sol is the goddess of the sun in Norse mythology. Sol means sun. Over time, the day of the sun became Sunday. And the runic alphabet. I just can't talk to say
It's okay.
The alphabet. I'm gonna have to get one of those.
Yeah, the
We've got the alphabet all the way around my belt.
Yeah, A, B, C.
It's the ultimate dad joke. I love it. They get me an alphabet.
Yeah. Yeah, I know 25 letters of the alphabet. I just don't know why.
I hate you so much.
Yes! Dad joke on air.
Oh no.
So, the runic alphabet, the rune S name is sun. In many folklore traditions, Sunday was believed to be a lucky day for babies to be born.
That's all you got?
That is it.
Oh, okay.
So, what do we think about this, guys? Sunset, we'll start with you first.
It's very interesting. I definitely feel the Sunday one because Sunday's like a day of rest in the sunshine, but it's also praised upon because it's like a holy day, people say. But I definitely could see it. I definitely like that. It gives you an insight of how the days came and everything.
For sure. Brandon, what about you?
I just think it's fun to look back at all of this
Mm-hmm.
and learn the roots of what we have today and where it truly came from. Because a lot of people forget that there's power in words. That's why we call it spell casting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're casting with the letters that you're physically spelling with your words. So words have power, and to understand where those words originated and what their original terminology was, I think it's really interesting. So to see how the word, Tears Day evolved into what we have today, or, Wars Day or whatever, it's interesting to know the power behind the word that we use so casually every day.
And basically, in the Nordic traditions or whatever, those were days that they celebrated those gods and goddesses. Yeah. Just to throw that in there for anybody who doesn't really understand.
Ooh, what you drinking? Pubis? Bepsi?
Pepsi.
Yeah, Bepsi. Any Jack in that Bepsi?
I plead the fifth.
You plead the fifth.
So what I think is cool about this is that we actually get to teach something a little bit today. We get to learn a little bit today, and I have a confession to make.
Oh, what's your confession, sir?
There was a lot more information that I could have obtained that I didn't feel was extremely relevant. And, I'm trying to compact my information and not read an entire book to you guys. It's something I've been practicing since day one.
Mm-hmm.
He will. You hand him a book and he'll just read it on air. You want to go to sleep? He will read you good night stories.
Something I would literally write out a 20-page essay all about the topic that we're talking about. So I kept the greater portions, the more important pieces of this puzzle that we went through today, our labyrinth. And I chose to negate some other fun facts about this. Now, also, just want to point out, too, that there are different holidays that we didn't talk about today. and you can actually go look all this stuff up yourself. Look up pagan holidays converted into Christianity, or vice versa, something similar to that, and you'll find a whole slew of things. Okay.
See, but why go to Google to learn these things when you can just come back to the tavern and you don't know what you're going to learn
Exactly.
tomorrow? It's more fun learning it here
Under the tavern.
or under the tavern. You're right. If y'all haven't
But
checked
honestly,
out some spooky stuff, check the under the tavern.
If you guys want to learn more about that Santa Claus and the magic mushroom, and how Santa Claus is a psychedelic mushroom farmer, let me know, and I will go podcast this by myself if need be, and just to get the information out there. Fun fact: I wanted to do this at Christmas time, but I didn't have the full support of my trusted advisors. And then Joe Rogan did a podcast on it. So, but here we are.
He's been salty since Christmas about this. Y'all should go and tell him how much you want to hear about this, because I'm pretty sure he already has an entire podcast written and ready to go about it.
As well as Krampus, or the Krampus.
I got a cramp in my ass.
But that's all I got for you guys.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Thanks for the insightful wisdom tonight.
I spent a lot of time on this.
It was really good. I don't know a lot about it, okay, and I got a lot from it. Like, so, think the younger generation probably doesn't know much about this, and you just incited them with knowledge, because little kids, they're like, well, why is Monday called Monday? Well, now they know.
This is true.
See?
Also, the pagans also celebrate the 4 Sabbaths, right? Or also the 4 different seasons of the year. That's a fun fact.
So I want to take a moment and just say thank you to Sunza, not only for being a guest on the show, but for this really sweet background. I'm going to pop this up.
Oh, no. No.
So you all can check it out.
No.
Yes, there it is.
Look at that.
Look how awesome that is.
Y'all tell me that is not super
Don't look at it.
Apparently, we're a smoking tavern. Because there's
People smoke in the bars. Come on.
I think it is just really cool. This is our first piece of fan art, and it doubles as an amazing background for the show. Like, what?
It truly does.
I mean, the little details, man. Look, we got our little StreamYard duck. My cat Luna's up in the top corner. Like, what? Look at the bookshelf. It's just like my bookshelf. How cool is that? Is that like blue meth on the top right there?
Blue meth?
Yeah.
No, those are your dungeon dice, bud.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been watching.
No, we go with blue meth.
You've been watching a lot of Breaking Bad because you are
Uma. That's all. Uma. Khajiit has wares if you have the coin.
your crack rock right there.
Moon sugar.
Yeah, it's moon sugar. That's it.
It's called the moon booger sugar.
But y'all tell me that isn't the coolest background ever. Like, I'm so hyped over that, y'all. And we even got the little snail from Blue's Clues. I didn't even see him. The little hidden snail that's in every episode of Blue's Clues. He's made his way.
I wanted to add so much to that, but I stopped myself. I was like,
You could have gone all in. I love it.
I know, right?
She went for the out of stock option.
Yep, which is
Yeah.
cool. I dig it, man. I dig it so much.
And apparently, you have rats in the tavern, so.
Hey.
He's
His name
a
is
little
Jeffrey.
mouse.
It's a little rat Jeffrey.
The cat's not doing his job.
It's because cat's sleeping, yeah. Cats do. Well, Sunza, thank you for coming out tonight.
Thank you for having me.
I hope this helps further progress you into a direction that you were thinking about going. I would like to thank our listeners. We really appreciate you here at the tavern. We love all that you do, especially Mr. Mike. You're our biggest fan. We gotta try and do something for you. We're working on it. we've already thought of a couple things, but it's in the works. Don't you worry about that, big dog. Brandon, thanks for coming on the show tonight.
Bro, stealing my spotlight.
I want to thank all of our reality following. Need you guys to smash those likes a couple more times.
Wow.
A couple thousand more times.
You can do it.
You can do it.
You can do it.
You do it all night long.
All night long.
All night.
Santa, do you have anything you'd like to add?
I appreciate you guys for letting me be here. And I thank you guys for listening in. Definitely support the bros. They deserve it. Much love.
We appreciate you for being on.
Thumbs up.
Right? Hi.
I'm sorry. It's my younger generation.
This is the younger generation.
It's the younger generation.
Oh.
Just, I don't know what's going on.
It's like how it goes to the red light every time. It's not intentional either. It's funny.
Anyway, we're going to go ahead and shut it down, y'all. Again, I just want to give a big thank you to Mike. You are always have been, always will be VIP fan number one. Sunza, thank you for being on the show. Landon, thank you for that amazing report that you took the time out of your day to write for us and do all that research. And everybody over on Reality, thank you so much for all the likes, the follows, the stickers, all the poobas. We love y'all. As always, thanks for stopping by the tavern.